the newsmakers.
Citi
News.
As the nation continues to mourn, you're welcome to this edition of the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We're broadcasting live from our studio at Adabraka here in Accra. Coming up, books of condolence still open at various ministries and government agencies as Ghana prepares to bid final farewell to the other 6 victims of that August 6 helicopter disaster on Friday.
From tomorrow, it started from today to the 14th of this month, the books of condolences will be open.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Journalists Association postpones indefinitely August 12 scheduled rerun of its Ashanti Regional Chairperson election as the association joins the nation to mourn the departed 8 compatriots.
The Ashanti Regional election was supposed to have been held tomorrow, but for the crash, like I said, we suspended everything.
Also on the Citi Prime News, we're in the Adanse Akrofum community, the crash site of that unfortunate August 6 tragedy, as NADMO officials take details of farmers affected by restrictions imposed on access to the forest area.
I sent my NADMO coordinator there, so he went there, and the lake he brought to me was too much. The names, they write about 200 and something names.
And later, Asanteman chiefs arrived to Menchir Palace for mandatory council meeting. We'll be live at the Menchir Palace for fallout of that meeting. All that and more coming up on the Citi Prime News, which is live in the Western region on Premier 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM, all in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're live on J Live 95.5 FM in Sinai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Orange FM 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Akpini Radio 96.7 FM in Kwando and Heritage FM 107.3 FM in Hohoi. The Citi Prime News can also be heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful to you for your time this afternoon. Let's get into the details now. And Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Shamima Muslim has announced that the books of condolence for the 8 individuals who lost their lives in the recent helicopter crash in the Ashanti region is still open to the public. Her remarks follow the burial of 2 of the deceased yesterday. Speaking to Citi News, Shamima Muslim reiterated that a state memorial service will be held on Friday, August 15, for the remaining 6 individuals.
NDC National Headquarters, at the Ghana Armed Forces Command Headquarters, at the Ministry of Environment, at the Foreign Affairs Ministry, for all those who would want to go there and, and the homes and the various homes of the victims from tomorrow, it started from today to the 14th of this month, the books of condolences will be open, and as His Excellency did also announce, on the 15th would be the state funeral and service.
Shamima Muslim also called on Ghanaians to embrace brotherly love and compassion towards one another.
Difficult moments like this, where there are many more questions than there are answers, is exactly where we must remind ourselves of the virtues we must carry and live by. So we pray that as humans we will obey and we will return to God, and we will know our need for God, and also we will return to repentance and try to live a life of good conscience in accordance to the values of the faith that we all profess.
Shamima Muslim is the Deputy Presidential Spokesperson. Now, if you walk past the Jubilee House, you'd see that 2 giant billboards have been mounted on the Jubilee House gardens with images displayed of our fallen compatriots. Now, this is as a result of the flower laying ceremony, which was initiated by the presidency a day after this tragedy. So we've had the president himself lay flowers beneath these giant billboards. Others have done same. That is still ongoing, and my colleague Jude Duncan is currently stationed there for us. Grateful to you, Jude. What is going on there? Who has been there, and what have they been telling you?
Good afternoon, Charles. I'm currently stationed at the Jubilee House, right in front of the Jubilee House, where members of the public are still coming here in their numbers to lay flowers in front of the designated place in memory of the 8 fallen heroes. Since I've been here, I've seen quite a number of government dignitaries and also officials at various state agencies make their way here. Among them include Marietta Buropon, who is a presidential advisor. I've also seen here a former minister responsible for power, Mr. Kwabena Donko, makes his way here. Together with quite a number of other state agencies and the general public, all making their way here to lay flowers here and also honor the memory of the 8 fallen heroes.
Well, Jude, describe the atmosphere there. I mean, we know this has been almost a week since this incident happened. Describe the atmosphere at the Jubilee House for us.
It's still very solemn and it's still very sober. When guests make their way here, you can tell from the emotions on their faces that this is still very difficult for them to take in. A few of them came here and you could clearly tell that the news of it has taken a toll of them, some of them still weeping. So I'll say that it's still a very solemn and a very somber scene here, with many coming together in the company of other persons who, together try to comfort those who have been very much hit by it. So if you ask me about the mood here, it's one of a lot of sobriety and also very, very solemn.
All right, grateful to you, Jude. Jude Duncan is my colleague in the Citi Newsroom, reporting from the Jubilee House, the flower laying grounds right in front of the Jubilee House. Well, Chairman of the Christian Council, Right Reverend Blaise Divine Agbeko, has urged the nation to draw valuable lessons from the deaths of the 8 individuals who lost their lives in last Wednesday's helicopter crash. After signing the Book of Condolence at the National Democratic Congress headquarters, he offered prayers for the families of the deceased, the President, the NDC, and the entire nation.
We extend our condolences. They have paid the ultimate price, giving their lives in line of duty. We pray God receive their soul and grant them peace at last. And we pray for Ghana to move ahead. This is a great storm, but it's also giving us the lessons that we must learn to be able to carry on effectively and successfully. Grace, mercy, and peace of God be upon all of us.
You heard Right Reverend Blaise Divine Agbeko, the chairman of the Christian Council of Ghana. My colleague Samuel Akom is at the NDC headquarters and has joined us on the telephone. Akom, grateful to you. Good afternoon. Aside the Christian Council, which other groups have been to the NDC headquarters?
All right. Thank you, Charles. So, right at the entrance, they have positioned the images of the individuals who have lost their lives. And speaking of persons who have trooped in to write in the Book of Condolences, we have witnessed the Deputy CEO for the National Youth Authority, Isaac Adongo, who has been here to sign. And then I've also seen and spoken to Thomas Matilari. He is the NDC chairperson for Gary constituency. We do know that he was also recently appointed to be a part of the board of directors for TOR. And so, so far, these are some of the notable individuals we have seen here. And in engaging them, their message seems to be one. What they are saying is that it is a great loss, but going forward, as a country, the leaders of the country need to emulate some of the characteristics of these fallen heroes They did mention humility, how committed they were to fighting corruption, and how they led in their various positions. And so if you ask me, these are the individuals who we have seen appear here to sign the welcome condolences here at the NDC headquarters in Adabraka.
All right, Samuel Akom, thank you very much. Samuel Akom reporting to us from the NDC headquarters. Now, former government spokesperson on governance and security, Dr. Palgrave Boachidankwa, has urged the government to urgently review and strengthen aviation safety protocols for high-ranking officials following the August 6 military helicopter crash. The incident, which occurred in the Adansia Krofrom district of the Ashanti region, claimed the lives of 8 people, including Minister for Defense Dr. Edward Omane-Boama, Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily Show, Palgrave described the tragedy as a wake-up call, stressing the need for comprehensive reforms within the aviation sector to enhance safety and prevent future occurrences.
Look at our protocols on ground, which is the land, where the president goes with various vehicles and there's an ambulance. We need to look at our protocols in the air, such that if there are any evacuation processes, even in the air, it can be done. And we need to move that as well to the ocean, marine. Because you see, we are protected not just by land, we're protected across board, the air and the sea. So whilst we look at this, we need to have some extreme protocol measures that we put in place as a country. If a flight is moving, there should be an air ambulance that follows it. There should be an extra helicopter that follows it. So that in event that there is even any target, it becomes very difficult to identify which of the choppers has the MVPs, which is the most valuable persons in it. And so
Dr. Palgrave Boachidankwa is former government spokesperson on governance and security. Meanwhile, member of the NDC legal and communications team, Victor Adaudu, has expressed confidence in both the military and the presidency to conduct a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the August 6 military helicopter crash. While acknowledging the public's concerns, Victor Adaudu called for calm, assuring that all matters related to the tragic incident would be properly addressed.
Have full trust in the military, in the presidency, that these are people who are so close, even to government. They are connected personally. And they will also want to find out and bring closure. The nation should also bring closure to this. So I think everybody should be rest assured that all issues that are being raised will be looked at.
Victor Adaudu is a member of the NDC's communications and legal team. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from our studio in Adabraka, here in Accra. In the northern region, you're hearing us live on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, we're on Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu. In Upper West region, we're on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. And in Northeast region, we're on Eagle FM 94.1 FM in Wale Wale. Around the world, you can hear us live on citinewsroom.com. Still ahead in the bulletin, we'll take you to the Adansi Krofrom community, the crash site of the unfortunate August 6 tragedy, as NADMO officials take details of farmers affected by restrictions imposed on access to the forest area. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Are you searching for a world-class conferencing facility to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting or private social event? The Alisa Pavilion has an unmatched capacity. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences, product launches, weddings, social events, and exhibitions. There are 2 executive boardrooms set up for your high-profile meetings. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and Bistro on Thursdays for Thirsty Thursday, while you enjoy a whopping 15% discount. Make a date for Saturday Barbecue, where we have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns, while you savor lip-smacking dishes. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created. Alisa Hotels, our Aquaba means more than just welcome.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, the Office of the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations has urged religious leaders to exercise restraint when making prophecies about high-profile political figures. Following this, the office has called on religious leaders to formally submit any prophecy or spiritual insight of national significance for urgent review. Now, speaking to Citi News, Presidential Envoy Elvis Afriyankra explained that this new process is designed to protect the nation, reduce public controversies, and prevent situations where unscrupulous individuals might exploit such prophecies in bad faith.
If you say that a military aircraft, a presidential jet is going to crash, it is a matter of national security. Let me use this analogy for people to understand better what I'm saying. So let's say somebody says he's seen a vision that armed robbers are going to attack a minister of state. It may well be that indeed armed robbers may be planning to attack a minister of state, but that same prophecy can create an avenue for a miscreant to go ahead and cause that attack. Even though it may have been a prophecy, it has created a fertile avenue for somebody to go and do something very, very, very bad. So, and I believe that any discerning, level-headed Ghanaian, unless you want to be mischievous, knows and understands exactly what we are trying to communicate. That those matters that are very sensitive, bordering on the president, his personal life, his personal security, I believe that a little restraint and using this process will be useful to all of us. It is actually to the advantage of the prophetic ministry that these things are being put in place so that we can minimize some of the fallouts that have come about because of some of these things.
That was the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations, Elvis Afriyankra. Now, officials of the National Disaster Management Organization in the Adansia Krofrom district of the Ashanti region have begun compiling a list of farmers at Sikaman affected by the restrictions on accessing the forest area following the recent helicopter crash. Some farmers have expressed concerns over their inability to reach their farms due to these restrictions, raising fears about the impact on their livelihoods. While the Member of Parliament has assured that interventions are forthcoming, officials from the Adanse Akrofrom District Assembly say they are still verifying the list of names collected to determine the actual number of farmers affected. Garba Mohammed Mustafa is the district chief executive for the area.
It was Saturday or Friday. I sent my national coordinator there. So he went there, and the list he brought to me was too much. The names, they write about 200 and something names. So we are now going to verify it before we take any action. So I told the regional minister about what is going on. So we are on it. By the end of the week, we will know how to do it.
But how many names did you get so far?
It's about 219 names.
Okay.
219 names. But as for our opinion, they said those who are passing there will be about 20 people. But all the farmers over there are claiming that they didn't go to their farm, so they have to put their name. So I don't know the decision that the regional minister will take.
You heard Garba Mohammed Mustafa, the district chief executive for Adanse Akrofrom in the Ashanti region. Meanwhile, a Volta River aviation helicopter made an emergency landing this morning near the Nkoko bypass in the Kouwas municipality of the eastern region. According to reports, the pilots and crew of the Jet A1 aircraft flying from Accra to Kumasi were forced to land due to poor visibility caused by harsh weather conditions in the area. The crew resumed their journey a few minutes later. In some other news, the Ghana Journalists Association has indefinitely postponed tomorrow's rerun of the Ashanti Region Chairperson election in light of the ongoing national mourning following the tragic military helicopter crash on August 6. The rerun had been ordered after the GJA uncovered significant irregularities in the June 30 polls. Now, speaking to Citi News, GJA President Albert Kwabena said the decision to put the election on hold was taken out of respect for the 8 public officers who lost their lives in the crash, including 2 ministers of state. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 City FM. In more news, the chief of Gomua Takwa, Nana Kwakwa Upusu VII, has called on the government and non-governmental organizations to support the establishment of cottage industries to help curb the growing issue of teenage pregnancy in the community. This appeal follows a Channel 1 News report revealing that more than 30 cases of teenage pregnancy have been recorded in Gomua Esiem within the Gomua West districts of the central region over the past year, raising concerns about a rising trend across the district. Now, speaking to Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily Show, Nana Takwako Pusu VII stated that the lack of economic opportunities is a key driver of the increasing teenage pregnancy rates in the municipality.
Appealing to government, Minister for Education, Gender, and all those ministries that they should quickly, as a matter of urgency, come to Gomua, especially Gomua Takwa and Esembawan, that we have 1,001 ways that we can do to engage our children, the youth especially. Gaining senior secondary school, just cookies going to school, it won't help them. Our press, computer, we don't even know much about computers. So all that we want is, we want government or NGOs to come and establish cottage industry. At least their parents will have access to funds to support them.
You heard the chief of Gomua Takwa, Nana Ata Kwakwa Upusu VII. Meanwhile, the Central Regional Director of Education, Dr. Juliet Dufie Otame, confirmed that the Gomua Takwa municipality has received supplies of sanitary pads as part of the government's sanitary pad initiative aimed at supporting adolescent girls in schools.
The recent initiative by the government to supply sanitary pads, I believe is going a long way to help, because most of the girls, because of this pads they have to buy, that has also put them into such situations. And so I know with this sanitary pad policy and other sensitization we are putting the girls through, We have the girls' club for them, and then we are appealing to the churches as well as the mosques to also take up such initiatives. And so for Gomoa, for the central region in general, we've received 761,000 packets of pads, sanitary pads, that we have distributed to the various districts, and they have also distributed to the various schools for onward reception by the children.
You heard the Central Regional Director of Education, Dr. Juliet Dufie-Otame. Now, the Vice Chairman of the Public Services Commission, Dr. Irene Stella Ejenim-Boateng, has urged human resource practitioners to prioritize employee well-being in their work in order to enhance overall employee experience. She made the call during the annual HR Connect conference organized by HR Network Africa, which brought together leading figures in Ghana's human resource sector on August 8, 2025. Now, speaking to the media on the sidelines of the event, Dr. Ejenim-Boateng emphasized that promoting staff well-being not only helps retain employees, but also attracts top talent to organizations.
We are saying that HR is leading the people agenda. It doesn't mean that it is only HR that must promote well-being. And so we need the intervention of all, including leadership, including the people, in the organization, including other stakeholders. And so we must have regulations within the organization, policies that HR should try to churn out. Many strategies that HR can adopt to be able to come out with, clear policies to drive the well-being agenda. HR therefore becomes an ambassador, a champion of employee experience, and a key employee experience, parameter is the well-being of the people, because that creates attraction for the right type of staff or talents. It creates retention because people then want to stay with you, and even when they exit, by natural attrition or anything else, they still connect to the business, and then they become your mouthpiece. And any organization that takes employee well-being seriously becomes an employer of choice.
You heard the Vice Chairman of the Public Services Commission, Dr. Irene Stella Ejenim-Boateng. Now, Seventh-day Adventist Senior High School in Sunyani, Bono region is battling severe infrastructure deficit that is hampering effective teaching and learning. With limited classroom space, both students and teachers face daily struggles, a situation that is also discouraging new admissions. Citi News' Bono regional correspondent Michael Saponfum has been to the school and reports.
Established in 2004 by the SDA Church with just 24 students, 14 boys and 10 girls, the Sunyani SDA Senior High School was absorbed into the public education system in the 2015-2016 academic year. Today, it has 322 students, 142 boys and 180 girls, supported by 53 teaching staff and 16 non-teaching staff. But the school's facilities have failed to match this growth. It lacks enough classrooms, a proper assembly hall, and a science laboratories for practical lessons. In 2023, government began work on a 12-unit classroom block at a new site to ease the pressure, but construction has since stalled. The abandoned site has now turned into an open defecation spot for some residents. The poor infrastructure is also affecting enrollment as some students fail to report after seeing the school's conditions.
We have inadequate classroom. Classrooms are not enough for all the subjects especially during elective subjects because of the nature of the syllabus. We need more classroom. And looking back at where we are standing, the government started a classroom unit block, 1 story, by Get Fund for us. But this has stalled since December 2023, almost 18-19 months ago. The contractor has never been to site. We need this classroom block to be completed on time so that we can make very good use of it, because we need the classrooms. Beyond the classroom infrastructure, we also need furniture in the classrooms. We have little furniture in the classroom, even for the few students that we have. That leads me to my enrollment. Enrollment is going down. We need the government to help absorb the school into the boarding boarding system, so that our school will also become a boarding school where it will attract many students to come. Looking around us in Sunyani, the schools around us cannot absorb the number of students who want to go to secondary school. In this era of free SHS, everybody wants to be at the boarding house. So we need the government to absorb our school into the boarding status.
2 teachers voiced their frustrations over the situation.
You realize that everything we'll have to do as far as instruction is concerned must be done in the classroom. But as we speak now, we don't have adequate classroom.
That report by our Bruno Regional correspondent Michael Sapon Infum ends this package of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka here in Accra. For more news, log on to citynewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Many thanks to you for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on